I want to mix things up a little bit and have a little fun with you. I asked in a last video if you want me to vibe code with you, and I'm going to do that. So my idea, this is just my idea, is to become the Bob Ross of vibe coding. And what I loved about Bob Ross and watching his videos, and I still watch them, if you haven't before, check him out, is he paints, right? He paints for like 22 minutes, 30 minutes. He paints and he has such a soothing voice. I don't think I'm going to do all that where I make you like all relaxed. But what you can do is just like in 20 minutes, you watch him create. And he's a true artist, true artist. I'm just a vibe coder, right? But he is creating from a blank canvas and you get to watch that full production of that and the process. And he's walking you through it and talking you through it. But the best part of it is something that I have never actually done with Bob Ross, but I probably should, is that you can do this with him. So he had thousands of people painting with him, not just watching him, but actually painting along. So that's what I want us to do. I want you to do that if you feel like it or feel up to it. I think it'll be more fun if you do this along with me. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you every time I do a video like this, and you tell me if you want me to do more, I will give you the prompt that I used to get the thing on the page. So I'll probably give you the first prompt, the initial prompt, and then it'll get better and better over time as we continue to prompt it. So you take the initial prompt, put that into something like Lovable here, and then build it with me. So that's what I want you to do right now. So, just like Bob would have, he would have his supplies on the screen. I'm not going to do that because I'm not doing any editing, but he would have like, here are the paints and the colors you need. Here's the type of brush I would use. Here's the type of paper. So what you need if you want to do this with me is you need ChatGPT, which you can get for free. I'm using 5.1. A lot of the free accounts now have 5.1. They're rolling them out a little bit at a time. But if you want to have it guaranteed to have it, it's $20 a month to get the version of ChatGPT. So I would just recommend having that because it's just going to help you in your life. And then you'll need something like Lovable. So you can use Lovable, which is my preferred, lovable.dev. And it too costs about $20 per month. Or you can use something like Replit. There's Base 44. There's like a million of these other ones that are like this. But I use Lovable because I think it has like the most beautiful outputs and it's easy for me to use. And as you'll see here, look how many of these I have. It says view all. I wonder if it'll show what number. It doesn't say how many, but look, I'm going to start scrolling. Look how many of these I've made. And show more. I've made so many of these. So a lot of the landing pages that you've seen, I've made. And if you want a lot of my prompts that are fully made, so you don't have to do anything but like tweak your name or add a couple things to it, go to the link in the description and get my prompt shop in a box, and a lot of those are there. But go to the link in the description to get the prompt for this, what we're about to do. And here's the fun part. I have no idea what we're about to do yet. So what I'm going to do is go to ChatGPT and talk to it for a little bit and get some ideas. And I want you to think about, as we're doing this, it's for fun, but it's also for you to think about how can you vibe code your way to profit? How can you vibe code your way to a landing page, a lead magnet, a sales page, some sort of tool, some sort of bonus that someone gets so that it actually you get better and better at doing this. You get faster at it, better at it. You know kind of how to play with it more. And so you can get the results you want. And then you can use that to like build your income. That's what I want for you. I don't want you to have to work for somebody else. I just want you to work for yourself, make decisions based on what you want to do, go on trips that you want to go on, etc. Okay. Now, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say, actually I just had a thought of like we need a page that will have the prompts on it. Because I don't want to put it in the description because sometimes I change all of my descriptions at once and I would hate to one day update my description and forget that I have all these prompts in the description. So I want to have a page that people can find from my pinned comment, even if my description changes. Is that, are you following that, tracking that? Okay, so let's make a page. Let's our first project together be the page that's going to hold the prompts. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So, okay, I want to make a page, a landing page, and then I'll say slash tool on Lovable that will house my prompts of the day and some special prompts that I create and use for certain YouTube videos so that others can use them too. Does that make sense? Okay, so what should it have on it? And that I'm just going to start there. Normally, I would actually skip that question. I would actually just say, make me the ultimate prompt, or I'd give it a lot more detail, but I'm going to do it this way to show you how to do it. Okay. So it says, here's a clean, high value structure for a lovable landing page that houses your prompt of the day and your special video prompts. And then it talks about my audience. So ChatGPT is, gets to know you over time. So mine says busy, ambitious women, 35 to 65, who want AI help that actually saves time and makes money. Is that you? It may not be you because I appeal to more than that, but that's my core audience. And so you using ChatGPT helps you kind of build that rapport with it so it knows those nuances instead of just giving you fluff or like generic stuff. Okay. Oh, look, it says no fluff. All right. So it says what your lovable prompt hub should include: the hero section, daily prompt section, special video section. Okay. Categories could include how to use these prompts. Yep. Search and filter, featured prompts, weekly or monthly, prompt packs, lead to monetization. Yeah, I don't think I want to do that. I probably would just send people, okay, your story as the prompt creator. Don't, I don't think I'll do the 7 and 8 or 9. Let's see. Okay. Everything, oop, everything but 7, 8, and 9. And instead of 7, add a blurb about prompt shop in a box, because it already knows that I have that, and a CTA button that I'll fill. Okay, later. Create the ultimate, I always use this word ultimate, create the ultimate prompt for Lovable. You could also say create the ultimate lovable prompt. Those two ways of saying it means the same thing to it. All right, so it's going to give you everything. It's just going to give you like a little bit of a recap of what it's giving you just to make sure it's right. And then it's going to go. Sometimes when it does this, it gives you like the little copy squares. I like that better. But either way, this is super simple, obviously. Like this is something that normally would have taken weeks to put together. So, and I certainly wouldn't have been able to do it myself at the time, like unless I just dedicated myself to learning how to code or design. I would not be able to do this quickly. So I'm loving every bit of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to necessarily read every single thing because I know I can change what I need to change. I really hate that it always does emojis. I've tried multiple things to stop it from doing emojis, but we're going to keep moving. And look, it stopped doing emojis after 2 times. I don't even know why it does that. Okay, so then it does all of that. So all you do, so you see what you've done. Well, before I tell you that, I'll come over here and I'll plug it in so that it can be moving in the background. So I'm just going to paste it. I'm not even going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to paste it and press return. And now over the next 3 minutes or so, something like that, it's going to give me 80% of what I want. It's going to give me more than, it's going to give me such an amount that is workable. And I can just start to move around and add to it. So it says, I'll build your prompt hub, polished landing page, etc. And it's telling me the design approach. It's giving me all of that and the implementation. So now it's editing on its own. Okay, and this is just kind of like placeholder stuff that you can kind of toggle through to understand how Lovable itself works. So I was going to say, if you go back here and just kind of recap what I did, I said I want to make a landing page on Lovable that will house the prompts of the day, or my prompts of the day, and some special prompts that I create and use for certain YouTube videos so that others can use them too. What should I have on it? And then it gave me some ideas. I liked a lot of the ideas, but not all. So I took away a little bit of what I didn't want and I added something. And then I said, I said that, instead of that. And then I said, create the ultimate prompt for Lovable. And that's exactly what it did. So it did this, and it does have this copy here. But the reason I don't have that copied is because I don't want it to start here. Look on the screen here. I want it to start with the prompt itself. Copy and paste directly into Lovable. So I'm going to scroll down. I copied that, and now I'm pasting it here. One thing I can do while this is going, and this is what you can do too. So you've just done that. Go to the prompt maker that already exists now. This is like Back to the Future or Inception. Go to the prompt maker that, or the prompt hub that I have linked in the description. Get that prompt and paste it into a Lovable or whatever landing page AI generator you're using, and then have it doing this so you can catch up to me. And pause it if you have to. Okay, so while that is happening, this is also what I'm going to do. And this is what you can do too, especially if you use Lovable. I'm going to go to the top left corner and click on the current name that it's given me. I'm going to scroll down to settings and click on settings. And then I'm going to go to the hide Lovable badge, and I'm just going to hide the Lovable badge, and I'm going to X out of that. I'll come back to this in a minute. It's that little noise that it made. I don't know if you heard it. Just says that it's ready. So it's the first 80%. Okay, so your daily prompts to grow faster. Still the same prompts Arlan uses to create content, run her business, and build digital income streams. Get today's prompt, and that's going to, when I press that, it just set me here, which is cool. Already don't even have to tell us to do that. And then this prompt of the day is the prompt, that you do, or maybe I'll say what video it corresponded to. And then it says special video prompts. Um, mm, mm, mm. Special video prompt library. Okay, yeah, and it's already giving me prompts, so I don't want to necessarily have those. How to use them. Featured prompts of the week. So there's a lot more than I want. So I want it to be simpler. I'm actually going to say, make this just one section instead of 3. And it will be my prompt. Let's see what they're calling this. Special prompt videos library. I'm just going to copy that. And it will be, I'm going to put it in quotations. Make this just one section instead of 3. And it will be special video prompts library. Okay. And leave it blank because I'm going to add the prompts to it. So let's just see what that does. That'll take a moment. While it's doing that, I can go back up here to the top left and I can go down to rename this project and I can give it a name. And I think it has to be, no, it can be capitalized. So this one could be Arlan's I'm going to say Arlan's Vibe with Me Prompt Library. I'm actually going to change that on the page too. So I'll copy it here. Is with me better than with me? Vibe with me, with me, with me. I guess that works. Looks okay to me. Save it. And that's kind of where it'll show up when you share the link and things like that. There's not the end of what we're going to do when it comes to that. We're going to actually change the URL slug as well. Okay. It's saying I'll simplify the page to just have the special video prompts library section and remove the other prompts. It's done. So I'm going to look at what it did, how to use these prompts, get the full prompt shop in a box. I don't see it. Explore prompts. I don't see this section. I know I said to leave it blank, but I meant with a title. And let's change that title to that I copied. Remember, Arlan's Vibe with Me Prompt Library. So I'm going to do that. Pressed return. So what it gave me, because I said, it took me literally, I said, leave that part blank. I should have said, leave, other than the title, leave it blank. So let me read this real quick to make sure I want this here. These prompts are designed to save you time, help you create better content faster. It's a bit wordy, right? The advantage of this, no. I mean, it's very accurate. So maybe I'll move it under this, get the full prompt shop in a box. Yep. And then I'll have learn more, and then I'll have that go to the website. Okay. Okay, now it's done what I've asked it to. So it said done. Okay, so it says Arlan's Vibe with Me prompt library. Filter and search through Arlan's complete prompt collection. Sweet. Okay, so here's what we're going to do just to make sure we don't forget this. I'm going to go back to this prompt because remember I said I'm going to put the prompt that I originally started with so that you can paint with it. So it's not just like you just press return and then you just have it. Because I think playing with it and working with it and painting with it, quote unquote, will help you. Okay. I always say okay because that's how I talk, but I'm just going to say add this as the first prompt verbatim because I don't want it messing with anything. And I'm going to put it in quotation marks and the quotation marks. Can't see it. Remove that duplicate quotation mark and then I'll press return. And then it'll certainly add that. Then how to use these prompts. I don't hate it. I think I want it maybe as a pop-up. I just don't like it like this. So I might take that and change it a little bit. Let's see how it's looked here. Okay, so it has it like that. To the side, it's assuming there's going to be a second one. I would say this needs to be, is it already done? Yeah, okay. So it did a great job, but I think there could be a little bit better here. So I would say make the prompt double the width rather than long ways down the page. And we'll do that. And then I'm going to change some colors because I think this is too, it looks too generic, you know, like the design of this page. Want more? Get my complete prop. I think this is, you know, redundant here. I like this top one. I like the way that looks. I like the way they both look, actually. So maybe I'll have both. Maybe I'll have one at the top, and I'll come back to it. Okay, so now it's done this. Yeah, that's better. That's much better. And it says copy prompt. I might move the copy prompt to the top of the prompt, to the top right. Move the copy prompt function to the top right of the prompt. And see, I'm just talking to it. You know, I'm just talking to it like I would if I were standing over the shoulder of a very frustrated web designer, and I was like, "Move this, move that," and it just doesn't get tired of you, and it doesn't get annoyed by you. So far, you know, I mean, I'm going to try to push the limit. We'll see what happens. Okay, so it says, "Cool." I'll move the copy button to the top right corner of the prompt card, which it just did. It actually put it inside the prompt, so I would say. So it says it's copied. Let's see if it's copied. And I'll just use this as a way to, yeah, it copied it. Cool. That's great. So that's working. If it didn't work, you would just say, hey, the copy button doesn't work, and then it would fix it. Oh, I see the levels and the cases it made. I might change some of those. Okay, so then copy this prompt. I don't like it there. I'll say move the copy prompt button into the white space, top right, across from the title of this prompt instead of inside of the prompt space. I think it'll get that. It'll understand that. Then I'll have it do that. And while it's doing that, I'll think about how I want this. So I want this how to use the prompt section to be a pop-up. And I want it to be maybe a button right here. Okay, let's see if it changed it. Sometimes you have to go here to the refresh page in the top middle corner there, or top middle. Let's see if it did it. Yeah, when you refreshed it, it didn't do it when you didn't refresh it, like when I didn't refresh it, but when I refreshed it, it now is doing what I'm asking it to do. So that looks so much better to me. So now I'm going to say move the, oh no, I forgot I just copied that. Okay. Move. Let me know in the comments if you're doing this with me, if you're working on this with me, if you want more of these types of videos, and what kind of other things you want me to vibe code. Okay, so move the section to the top of, no, to above the the prompt section and make it a pop-up instead of how it is now. And I'll say make the title words lead to a, you see what I'm saying here? Make the title words lead to a pop-up instead of how it is now. Hopefully that'll work. Let's go back and see what it did here. Yeah, it moved. It didn't have anything else for it. So your daily prompts, explore prompts still does that, where it kind of goes to the bottom there. This is redundant. So unless I'm going to add something, I should remove one, but maybe I can add a little bit of a bio. Let's see what bio it gave me over here. I don't want to get into all of that because you can find that out on my other pages. I think I'll just leave it for now. And I think I'll remove one of these. So it's probably, or maybe I'll move it. Let's see. Okay, so now it has this bar, how to use this prompt, and now it's a pop-up. Yeah, I like that much better. Now we're going to work on the design a little bit. But you notice here, before we do the design, you notice here that now Lovable gives you some suggestions for next steps. So you can just kind of indefinitely keep upgrading this page. And just click here and it'll do it for you. Okay, but I'm going to say change the design. And remember, it doesn't have feelings, so it's not upset with you for changing its design. So say change the design to a black background with purple gradient font and pink accentuation when needed. When needed. Let's see what that does. Oh, I'll say this too. Make it look modern without animation. Because sometimes when I say modern, it adds these like pretty not great looking animations, although Lovable can do some pretty cool stuff. It just takes a lot of prompting. And you'd have to be extremely serious about wanting that because it doesn't show up on mobile. And 50 to 60% of my viewers are on mobile. So I'm doing all of this, by the way, on desktop, as you've noticed. But there is a mobile app for Lovable. So you can actually you can get pretty far on the mobile app. It's pretty darn cool. Okay. So how is yours looking? Is yours looking like this one, or have you already skipped ahead to kind of tweak it in a way that you want it to look? And if you have my prompt shop in a box already, you think about how this could be a lead magnet for you. So this page, as you're building it, you could think of ways like I'm doing here. Oh, it's looking good. You can turn it into a lead magnet for your prompt shop or for your other prompts or for your school or for your stand. Yes, yes, yes. If you don't have prompt shop in a box yet, go to the link in the description of this video and also on the page here that you've been checking out. It is such a good vibe, as they say. Okay, so it's still editing, but it already has some very promising look here. Look how this one change makes this feel so much more valuable. It is dark, so I don't know if that's going to be great, but it's nice. It feels sleeker. It feels like there's a texture to it, like marble. I don't know if you can see that on the screen, but that's how it feels. So it's done all this stuff and it keeps telling you what, and you can even do show all, and it'll tell you like what it did. And you can click on this blue and it'll tell you more, I think. Maybe not. Yeah, code. I'm getting a little scared to go there. Now, let's say you did something and you were painting and you accidentally sneezed or like you accidentally messed up. All you have to do, happy accident, is you go back to the blue, this thing here. Sometimes it's blue, sometimes it's not, apparently. And you can preview this version and you can actually ask it to go back to this version, which is pretty cool. So use it sparingly, use it with caution, but that option is there to kind of undo and backtrack a little bit. Okay, so this is looking good. This is looking really good. I like this. So you could have yours be your signature colors. If you like blue or green or red, you can have it, you can play with it a little bit. Okay, research strategy advanced. I think it's just kind of giving me some generic tags, all levels. I think I'll remove the pull down menus from the prompt library and remove tags. Don't need those right now. Now, if I had 30 of these, then I'll kind of come back and add to them. But this is essentially going to be some version of this page is what you will see when you use, again, we're in Back to the Future now. When you use the link in the description or the pinned comment, you'll see this live. So I wanted to kind of work for you. So this is working. I like how it used the pink there. Still the same prompts Arlan uses to create content, run her business, and build digital income streams. I'm going to change this to not daily. Um, Maybe I'll put this here. Vibe with Arlan. Is that weird? Vibe code change to vibe code with Arlan! Exclamation point. Or do we want not that? We just put that. Okay. Because it is like a sentence, so it should have like a punctuation, but I'll see how it looks when it comes up. So how's yours coming along? You can link to it if you want. Now let me show you how to do that. As soon as it does this, I'm going to show you how. Well, first what I'll do is I'll link the call to action button so that so it's functional, so I can post it. But I'm also going to add like a little banner. So what is that? So it is let me find the link to it. I know I've taken it off the screen for a second, but I'm finding the link to. I'll just send it to Plug and Profit, or will that be distracting? Let me do Prompt Shop in a Box to be more specific. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. First, I have to find the page again because I lost the page. Oh, I lost the page. Okay, it's going to take me a second, y'all. Give me a sec. I think I found it. Just have to share again. Yep. Okay, so now I'm going to have it make the CTA button link to, and this is my website. So the CTA, I'll say the learn more. Which one of these do I want though? Explore prompts. Want more? Get my prompt shop in a box. Oh, I see. I see. So this is basically, okay, I see. Okay. Let me show you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take this learn more and I'm going to link it to my prompt shop in a box landing page. And then I'm going to have this to see what it looks like to get rid of that. Or is this for pretty valuable? Maybe I should make it go to your first 5K. Want more? Make your first 5K. Change to earn your first 5K. Nope. You'll join your first 5K club. Think that's better? And then I'll have that link. We'll have that link. So this is what you do. This is how you make lead magnets. Um, this is how you make stuff work. So I'm gonna take this, come back over here, ink, join your first 5K club. CTA stands for call to action. Button link to, and change explore everything to join today. Now while it's doing that, let's see what it did with the learn more. Get the full prompt shop in a box, learn more, and it does exactly what I wanted to, which is go right into my landing page, which I also made on Lovable. Very cool. It's working. Now it did this and it changed this, join today, like I asked, join. So it needs to say this, okay. It kind of got me wrong. Change to want more. Okay, so let's see if while it's updating what it says, let's see if the button works. Yeah, it takes you to the front page, to the about page of your first 5K club. So imagine people are getting to this, they don't know me, or they know me, but they don't know I have these options. Now I have two ways for them to do that. Right now it's at the bottom. This is so pretty. I love this. I haven't really seen it do this before. I think what I'm gonna do is try out. So these two work. This is saying what I wanted to say. Want more? Join your first 5K club. Cool. Join today. Now up here, what I want to do, and this is one of the features I use the most and love the most, and it's made me a lot of money. So I want you to pay attention to this. Add a yellow banner to the top that says, I'm going to change that to get my full prompt shop in a box. And I'm going to put an exclamation after it and links to the same link URL as Learn More does. You see what I'm doing there? I'm going to add a yellow banner to the top of this page, and it's going to say, get my full prompt shop in a box, and it's going to link to my prompt shop in a box. So it's not the end of it. I have another prompt for it, but first I'm going to see what this looks like. And if you're wondering, like, should I put in 10 different prompts at once? Should I only have to put one prompt at a time? What I have found is that when you're doing the very first prompt on the home screen, you can put in a bunch of stuff and a bunch of directions, and it gets a lot of it. When you're doing the updates here, you might want to put one or two at a time, not overwhelm it. Okay, so now it's done it. Get my full prompt shop in a box. I like that. I'm going to say, make the yellow brighter. I'm going to say lighter and brighter. So that's not actually what I want yet. So I'm going to click here. And does it work? Yes, it works. So this is a free page, right? You're going to get a lot of valuable stuff here. So it's okay for me to promote a little bit or a lot of it. That's what you do. And that's why I make so many of these, because it makes sense. If I have a video that I can, send people over to, all good. So now it's done it. It made it a little bit lighter, I think. Yeah, it's a little easier on my eye, a little easier to read. Now, here's what I love to do. Make the banner move with the scroll down. I'll show you what that means. It's thinking. I'll make the banner sticky so it stays at the top when scrolling. That's exactly what I want. I have somebody calling me. Okay. All right, so it did it. Now watch what happens. I'm gonna move my picture over. So when I scroll, you see that. It doesn't stop you from being able to copy. Copied, it's now pink. Love that. Doesn't scroll, it doesn't like get in your way, but it kind of reminds you, because I do want you to do this. How to use these prompts. I might put a little bit of so I'm gonna take a picture of this. And when it's not like that, I'm gonna see if I don't know how to describe this, so I'm gonna see if I can figure it out. This annotate thing drives me crazy because they put it right over the plus sign, so I can't. Sometimes I can't reach it. Oh, I guess I can. No, come on. Um. Okay, it's not a big a deal. I'll change it later. All right, so this is working. This functions. This moves this down. You can copy this prompt. I can add to these, so you'll see them added to. That'd be cool. Get the full prompt shop in a box. This is a great lead magnet. It's a great, helpful lead magnet that we did in just a few minutes. And now I'm going to show you over here. If you go to the top right now and click on the publish once, and then you click on website info. Here is where you can add a little icon and you can click on this to change the name. So I might say Arlan's vibe code prompts or whatever. Vibe with me. I'll say vibe code with me prompts. I'll press return. So that's there. And then you can change the description. Yeah, I mean, that's not great. It's not exactly accurate, and it's over the count. So I don't know why it chose that because it says 170 of 150. But I'll just say, how about this? I'll just erase this button. And now, I mean, that sentence. And now I can also add a picture. So I can make like a picture that I want to go there. I might do, what's one that I could do? I want it to be more of a vibe codey one. So just as a placeholder, I'll put this one. But it should be more about vibe coding because when you send this to somebody on Instagram or on you post it on threads or you post it somewhere, send it in a text, this picture that you choose is going to be the one that shows up. So it should be pretty accurate and make sense. Then you click advanced and you can unpublish it if you want. So this one here, now I can publish it. So I'm going to publish it. And then it says, give a slug. So now I'm going to say, our vibe code with, oh, it's a slug, my bad. Vibe code with Arlan. You can use lowercase letters, numbers, and hyphens only. So maybe I'll do hyphen, vibe code with Arlan. Then I'll save that. If you don't know what to type there, you can click on generate for me and it'll tell you. So now it's creating that website for me. So now here's the website, vibe-code-with-arlan.lovable.app. I'm going to click on that and we're going to see what it looks like for real, for real. And that is a beautiful, beautiful lead magnet that is going to be helpful to people. It's so cool. That's why I love this. This is why I want to do this series. It's like just show you what you can make in just a few minutes. You can make this yourself. You know, that's why I think it's worth paying 20 bucks a month for this. I pay 300 a month so I can get as many credits as I can. So I can just do this every day. But imagine you do it, you get a plenty of credits with $20 a month and you just make stuff. Now, if I wanted it to be really complicated where there was logins and there were things that had to be saved and memorized and all that, there's more to it. So I'll do some more advanced ones another time. But this gets us going because it shows like this is where you're going to go get your prompts that we do. Now remember, this prompt is the original one. So this prompt will not make it look like this. But that's the whole point. It's almost like a kit that you have and you get to build on it. It's not just already pre-made. So it gets you very far and then you go further with it. All right, let me know how you like this. If you have any questions, if it makes sense to you how we did this, and especially if you make your own, please link me to it. Make sure you look at the directions I gave you to show you how to make it live rather than just a preview. Because if you send me a preview link or if you post a preview link, it will not show up to us. It'll only show up to you. So you want to do that publish section. Also, I think you do need to have the paid account to publish it. And I also think, yeah, some people ask me like what the URL is, or like they ask me like, do I need to have some other thing that hosts the site? No, Lovable hosts it for you. So this website is hosted for me now. Now I could go to GoDaddy or somewhere else, Namecheap or wherever, and I could get another name. Or let me show you real quick what you could do. Okay. So by the way, every time you change it and you update it, make sure you go back here and you press publish again so that it's the newest version. But here, if I want this, which is I do this most like 90% of the time, I just use the one that they give me because I can just kind of, customize it. But sometimes you want to have it be very precise. You want it to be like really professional. You want it to be really have a nice name. So you can click on custom domain and buy a custom domain from Ionos, which is their third party custom domain purchase place, marketplace, and you can do it, and then it helps you connect them. So then when you get it connected, it actually shows up here and you get to just use that. So it's pretty cool, and I've used it before. All right. I used it for Ubump. Let me show you what it looks like if I can find that fast for you. Ubump. So I have my Ubump, and that's a custom. So if I go over here to publish, you see how I have this one, bump page magic.lovable.app. I actually did a custom domain, went through the little directions it gave me, and then now it's here. So when you click on it, it's an actual website that has its own name, but it's still hosted on Lovable, which is pretty cool. All right. This is fun. I hope it was fun for you too. See you soon.